Okay, welcome everybody to a standard video. I'm going to be running some standard through. Probably going to try and make this a regular thing. Let me know if people aren't really interested in standard, but there is one of the GPs coming up in the UK that I'm planning to attend, and I'm on the fence over to whether to play the main standard event. We've seen this past weekend a massive tournament in the States where VV is just everywhere. Not really something that excites me. So I thought I'd try and dip my toes into the water, see what other decks are out there, and if any could stand up to VV potentially, that I might enjoy a bit more. Also, I'm not going to be testing VV. That is not not something I'm interested in. Not only, I mean, this deck does run one or two Cauldrons. I'm lucky enough to own one. I can borrow another one, but don't think I'm really wanting to buy 4 VVs and all the rest of it. So, and it's probably going to get banned at some point, I would imagine. So, yeah, going to be testing out a few different things, seeing if I want to play the main event. And it is standard RCQ season, so just in case that one of those comes up that I fancy attending. So I've settled on this one as a starting point. Golgari in my wheelhouse. I played a couple of games of this league already, gone 1-1. Bit of a narrow loss to a landfall deck and then a win against control. So I thought I'd play a couple just to make sure I sort of know how the deck works. So it's called Golgari Roots, and the key card is Insidious Roots. So creature tokens you can tap for 1 mana of any colour, and then whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 0/1 plant and then put a counter on each plant you control. So essentially you make the plant, and then so you get a 1/2 plant, and then go from there. And each time it grows your past plants. So you can make a massive wide board. We've got a load of ways to get things out of the graveyard with Molt Tender, which is like it's a ramp spell, but you can mill a card, and to add a mana of any colour, you exile a card from your graveyard. So able to do that. We are running 4 Land and War Elves as a ramp as well. Bit of sort of just value cards. You've got Cecil, Insidious Fungus, able to destroy pesky artifacts and things, and then a load of 4 Scavenging Ooze is very good at activating roots, and also very good against opposing sort of Cauldrons. Dredger's Insight, another really good one, gains you some life when things leave your graveyard, so just a bit of life gain, and it also looks for a artifact, creature, or land. So yeah, sideboard got some sort of grindy cards, Dark Confidant, Vivian Reed, quite a lot to destroy enchantments because Rest in Peace is in the format, but managed to fight through Rest in Peace against control. Maelstrom Pulse is a good catch-all answer. So yeah, it's like I think it used to have a combo where you could give you could sort of give all your tokens haste, and then they make mana, so you can just keep sort of going. But I don't know if that rotated out or got banned. It's one of the things that got banned. So gonna just play this version. I will. This is a version. I don't honestly know where I found this list, but I'll probably refer to a sideboard guide a little bit. I found one. If you look on X for Skill Issue Magic, I think they've got a pinned post that has a load of free content, sideboard guides, primers, all the rest of it, and I highly recommend that. I'll be referring to a slightly out of date one on Roots, but just to get an idea of what we're doing. And this guide is actually by Oath McNamara. I've just noticed they're here. So it's currently sitting on 6 trophies. Not sure if they're still playing this deck, but this is who has written the guide I was looking at. I don't think I'm playing their exact list though, but yeah, good to get an idea. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Bit of standard content. I'll take this opportunity to plug my Manatraders partnership. Obviously, I change quite a lot of decks that I play, different decks, different formats, and Manatraders have been the best way for me to do that. If you are interested in Modo, I do highly recommend Manatraders, and as such, you'll find a link and code in the description below, which is good for 40% back on your 3rd month of subscription. I obviously get a little bit of a kickback from that, but yeah, if you are interested, please do consider using that. I think that's all. We'll get into purpose of the video. It's round 1, but the league it'll be round number 3. Right, leading off here with a 1 land. I don't think we can keep that. We want a couple. We do have some things that can make mana, but right. So here, I think we're gonna we can definitely gonna keep this. It's got roots and a load of stuff to activate it. We haven't currently got a turn. We can't do anything with this Mork Tender if we play it on 1. We could mill a card, but I think we'd rather just... We've got a lot of 2s. Actually, I think I'm going to get rid of a 2. I think well, maybe it's Scoos. Scoos is really good with root, so I like Overlord. I'm going to get rid of Scoos, I think, although... this stops us playing a 2. I think I'm just going to load up on 2s. We're on the draw, so we might find a land, I guess. Okay, find Cecil, which we can't play, so we'll just play the Arashin City. This land is there because you can pay to exile creatures from your graveyard to make a spirit. Okay, so they put a VV into the graveyard. If okay, so we can't do that. I think we should... I kind of want to cash grab so we can kill this. I think I was going to cash grab, kill this next turn, or we could Scoos. Okay, we find another Verge, which is good. We could consider the Fungus, but we really need land. Next turn I want to go... Well, actually, Scoos isn't that great in the face of... If they go Cauldron... Yeah. Yikes. Now they just make loads of mana. Is that equal to its power? Yes. Okay, that's pretty good. We can kill it with Quag Feast. Okay, they just see so many cards. So we haven't actually got... We do find another land. Killing their... Oh, we're in a rough shape here. They got 3 cards. They can harmonize this. I think I want to kill something. I think we could go play Cecil, kill the FOMO. Then they have to put another counter on this. Or we could go Scoos. Does this have to be a creature? And a creature is exiled this way. So Scoos would stop them putting a counter here. I think I'm going to go Cecil and then kill the FOMO. They could have Spell Pierce. I don't know if they run that in the main. Okay. Probably should. Well, I don't know. The Fungus was going to be really slow, although we could have done it this turn. This coming turn, I don't know. It depends what they do. This Winter Night Stories. It's pretty good. Okay, they eat the fungus. This can add now, what, 3 mana? Okay, they cast this from hand. This card's pretty insane. This card, FOMO. Into the Floodmoor. They didn't need to do that because it's got flying, unless they have something with haste. Okay, that does give it haste. We're taking 8 damage. This having vigilance is pretty insane, because they can now harmonize the Winter Night stories with it. Oh, they just kill us. Okay. So yeah, this is enemy number 1 at the moment in the format. I think we want our own Cauldron. What else? Power 3 or less. But, I think, I'm not sure the Cecils are great. The Duresses are probably fine. Let me just have a quick check of this sideboard guide. Right, starting to get it to load a bit, but it looks like we want the pulses. Actually kept in this. They kept in the Cecils, trimmed the elves. I'm going to bring in Duress. I think we want the... We probably do want the Stormbrood Scrap Shooters. Let's just trim one of the Revenants, I think. Try that. Oh, I only brought in 1 Duress. Probably should bring in the other Duress, although they're quite creature focused, so maybe not. Okay, we have another 1-lander, which is awkward. That's better. Keep. Want the cash grab. With fungus, I think I'm just going to bottom the scrap shooter. Let's go fungus. Because cash grab or Overlord will power up the Quag Feast. Let's get into Cauldron as well. I think I'm going to Overlord. Could cash grab looking for a land? I do kind of want a land. No, I think I'm just going to Overlord. Started ticking down. Okay, we find a Scoos. Which is good. So we'd love a land off the top. Okay, there's the Cauldron. I think I'm just gonna... Okay, we found a land, which is really nice. So the question is, do we destroy the Cauldron, or do I just play the Scoos? I think I'm just going to play the Scavenging Ooze, just to try and stop them doing anything too crazy next turn. Don't want to exile that in response. Want to save that for something else. That's 3 mana. Steam Core Scholar. So they draw, discard, see if they discard the... Okay, so now they've tapped out, I am just going to exile the Winter Night Stories. There's no reason not to, I don't think. They can put a counter here. I guess that would give that the ability to mill and stuff. I think now we're just going to go fungus, kill this. Could go scrap shooter, could go cash grab, hope to find a land. We'd have to find a untapped land to do the fungus stuff. I think I want to do that. I think it's worth... Well, maybe it wasn't, because now we could have just held up skews. So you find a Verge, which I'm going to take. So the question is, this could mill or it could add mana. I think I'm just going to hold, actually. Although, I'm just going to... If I destroy this, what I'm a little bit worried about is destroying them somehow getting hold of our fungus with this. I've got 6 cards in hand. I think I'm just going to get rid of the Cauldron. That way shield's down for a turn, but... I don't know of any way they could sort of go off this turn. They could play Vivi, FOMO, discard, FOMO, discard Vivi, play another Cauldron is rough. Oh, they kill our Ooze, which is also rough. They've got 3 card types. Cash grab. So the question is, how much do we want to kill this fear of missing out? I think I'm just going to go cash grab again, because okay, we find another Scoos or a land, so we could either go... We could take a land, scrap shooter this, and then this has reach. I think I want to just take the Scoos though. I've got 4 cards in hand. I definitely want to play this matchup a lot more. Maybe want is a strong word, but like, yeah, if it's just untenable, then I don't think I can really go into a standard tournament with an untenable matchup. But people seem to think this matchup is fine. Another FOMO. Discarding FOMO. So they do not have 5 types, so they can attack twice. Mako. See if they attack. I would imagine they will. No blocks from us. We are taking 10 here. want to play the scrap shooter this turn. Obviously, I suppose next turn we can eat things with ooze. We eat fear of missing out. Oh, they have another obliterating bolt. That's rough. Okay, we are going to make the Overlord though. Dredger's Insight. Can we do anything here? So we go scrap shooter, kill FOMO. Scrap shooter, kill FOMO. Block here. Take 6. Just to give them a card. Or we could go Quag Feast, Origins. No, that doesn't work. Let's go do this one. Depends what they have in hand. Killer FOMO. Don't know, definitely haven't played this quite right. But you have the Overlord as well. This has reach. Winter Night Story is pretty good. Profts is also good. I think they've drawn... Oh, and now this is going to get to attack. How many? Okay. So what are they going to untap? Oh, they get an additional combat phase with this as well because it's got vigilance. How big is this? So it's only a 3/3. So we go block, 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 take 3, block again. Oh, they get to do the Profts thing again. Oh, yeah, that deck's crazy. Okay, well, I know a little bit more about what it's about now, and that's what I'm kind of trying to do. Get a feel for it, but yeah, that felt awful. But we'll continue on and see if we can blunder our way to a couple of wins. At least trying to learn something along the way. Right, going to be on the play here for round number 4. Try and play a little bit better than last time. Yeah, I think it sounds good. Can play Molt Tender on 1. Obviously need to find a route. Going to lead off with the Forest. We're probably priced into playing the 2 starting towns on turns 2 and 3, given that that's when they enter the battlefield untapped. I wonder what we'll do next turn. Don't know. Looks like Vivi again, so I think I'm just going to... Could play Skoos. Could play our own Cauldron. Could play Overlord. It'd be nice to... like if we go Overlord and hit another 1-drop, that would be nice. Or we just go Skoos. Skoos dies to... Maybe wait for Skoos. Let's just play Cauldron, I think. No, let's play Overlord. because then we can potentially Cauldron something next turn from our own graveyard. If we find a 1-drop, we can cast it. We do miss on a creature though, but we do hit Esper Origins. Do I want to attack? Don't think there's... Would we rather mill a card? Probably not. Get him for 1. Obviously we want to find an Insidious Roots at some point. We're fairly likely to blind hit a creature there. Yeah, this turn now we've got the ability to go starting town, Scoos, hold up 2 mana if we need the 2 mana. If we don't end up needing it, we can cash grab. See what the opponent does. Mana could be okay. I'll take okay. Stormbrood is good because we can destroy that. Let's go land. Scoos. I think I'm just going to pass now. Hold up. Hold up Scoos activation or cash grab. I'm assuming this is going to be a VV deck. If they just go VV, we can then just cash grab and then Stormbrood it. We can also, if we go Stormbrood, kill VV, and then play our own Cauldron, we can start activating these things as VVs. I think we do have to have blue mana though. Do kind of want to hit a land so that we can play the Stormbrood to kill the Artist Talent. But would we do that? Probably. Okay, is this one? Sure. So they essentially living weapon that. Equip creature is a wizard and has whenever you cast a non-creature spell and whenever you draw your 3rd card, put a +1/+1 counter. So we can kill that if we want to. So let's go add green, exile Blooming Marsh, cash grab. Oh, we could take fungus here. Could take another land. Gonna take the fungus because it can deal with Artist Talent. And we can still hold up a Scoos activation. There's a Roots. So we could just play Roots and go for a bit of a setup turn here. So go Roots and then hold up Scoos activation. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. Because then next turn we can just really pop off with because we get to make, this will make one from exiling it, and then we can go scoos. Unfortunately, we did hit a couple creatures, and then next turn they have tap one for any colour. So maybe we should have gone fungus. What do you think? No, I don't think so. I think I just want to, because if we can survive through this turn, I mean, this is going to grow fairly large. Or is it? I think it only gets 2 counters. Whenever you cast an language spell, sure. And then they're going to put count. Well, they are going to put counts on it from Prophet's Eidetic Memory. Torch the tower. Okay, so let's go exiling Cecil. They kill that, then we only have 1 creature in there now, but it is a Revenant that we can use ourselves. But I think I am just going to exile it. Oh, is there any point in exiling it now? I don't think so. Just exile Braid. Oh, I guess it would have gained us some mana. Okay, that is a 10/10. But I think we take 10 here. I think we take 10 weirdly because we can then we want to make more mana for next turn. So because we could potentially go fungus. If we need quite a lot of mana to want to do, because ideally we want to go fungus, cauldron, fungus, activate fungus, cauldron on the fungus. But maybe that costs too much mana. Next time we'll have we'll have 3, 4, 5 mana. I think I'm just taking 10 here. So eat Revenant. Yeah, I shouldn't have bothered eating that thing. Okay, we draw a land which I actually really wanted. There's I suppose there's not actually any creatures in the graveyard. So we'll play the land. We could go fungus, activate fungus to kill Profts. Because this hasn't got trample or anything. Or we could go storm. We could just cast Stormbrood to kill one of them. But I don't think that's great. Let's go fungus. So this is destroy target artifact enchantment. I guess actually we don't need to do anything. We can just go Cauldron. Don't need to make black mana. Okay, so I think now we just attack with skews. Don't know, I might be playing this horribly, but just trying to get a feel for... We could have done with hitting a few more creatures into our graveyard. So here, ideally, we want to be able to block with fungus, activate fungus on one of these. I don't think I'm meant to do that now. Like cycling through the deck. No, because I want to also be able to hold up mana in case they do some sort of VV stuff. 3 mana. There's VV. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay. Again, it's kind of like we just need to survive for his turn, but that's happened quite a lot. I forget this deals damage to each opponent, so they can just kind of storm off. Yeah, there's no... we could gain life with skews. So you have fungus, kill something, eat it with skews, but that's not really what we want to do. It's not difficult as well to envisage a world where we kill them next turn. Opponent thinking about their discard. So they've drawn... Oh, maybe I should have killed one of these, I don't know. But they've used quite a lot of mana here, so they only have one... Well, but VV... So they'll draw... They've drawn 1. This is... -1. So they've drawn 1 from this. We have to hope they haven't got Winter Night Stories. Okay, they find another one of these. So they have 2 mana, but they're going to put counters on VV. They've only got 1 card left in hand though. Okay. So they're putting counters on VV. Which does mean we can't kill it. This pause means that they're thinking about us being able to kill them. Okay. Well, we can just block like this. And then... Do we actually think that destroying an enchantment here is going to... Because they probably win the game next turn. So we could just draw a card. which enchantment is doing the damage? Don't really care about that. I think I'm just going to kill the artist talent. And then we'll exile the fungus onto our cauldron. Put a counter on here. Make another one. I guess we eat something. Let's eat Torch the Tower. So we do need to find something here. Well, that's not really what we're after. How much damage have we got? Not enough. We could cast Esper Origins. I could cast Disruptive Stormbrood. Oh, this does Surveil. Cast the Stormbrood, destroy. I guess we've got quite a lot of mana. I think I'm just going to Esper Origins. Okay, so putting 2 creatures into the graveyard is really nice. Find another Scoos. So we can eat creatures here. I think we just go land. There's 1, 2. We have quite a lot. This is a 4/7 though. How big can we make these? The trouble is, I keep finding myself saying, oh, just one more turn, one more turn. But, yeah, what can they do? I think we just pass. I don't think we have any great attacks. If we attack with one of these, no. I think we'll just pass. And we do have the Overlord as well. We did gain some life as well. I guess I possibly should have thought about them kind of storming us out. This gets +1/+1. We don't really care about these unless they somehow have trample. It's Vivi that's going to be the problem. And we also need them to not find Winter Night Stories, which is the like draw however many. Don't know if you spotted anything we could have done better there. Do let me know. I don't think Into the Floodmoor, the Cauldron. Okay, so we don't need to activate Cauldron. Okay, so these get prowess. So I don't think I want... Do we want to kill anything? None of this has got flying or trample. So I think we just use it. I guess it stops us rooting things. But I think I just want to exile something from their graveyard. This, what does this get? Instant or sorcery, but we can eat that with ooze as well. So yeah, I'm just going to eat a opt. Then they got one card in hand. We get a fish. Please not Winter Night Stories. Okay, see if they want to do any attacking. Yeah. We could try and block Vivi. This is going to add... You don't really care about that. Do we just chump? This is a 5/8. So... What if we go block here? Block here. They kill the Overlord. Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, hold on. No, that was close. We'll also do this one. We can exile 2 creatures. So let's go Scoos Eat into the Floodmoor, because you might as well use this one's mana. We don't want them returning it with Storm Chaser's talent. I guess we probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have eaten one of these. Oh, that's why they had to bounce the Soul Cauldron, I guess. We eat Vivi though. They could have another one. Okay, Cauldron. So now I'm just going to eat their Vivi. And then eat... How much mana is this? Lots. They can't do anything with that. So we'll just eat our own Llanowar elves. Eat Overlord, which is fine. We might be able to just kill them here. Oh, they would give us another plant as well. Okay, oh, that's good. So let's go. Yeah, we can just win here. So we go destroy this one. Destroy this one. Attack with everything. Okay, well, we do grind them out there, so yeah, happy with that. Let me just see again, what about the sideboard we want to bring in? Right, so they suggest the Pulses, Quag Feast, another Cecil, which I don't know that I agree with, although a Death Touch blocker is quite good. They suggest going down on all the Llanowar elves. I think we want... Probably want the Scrap Shooters, go down the Origins a little bit, go down the Foragers, Stormbrood, and another Cauldron. Let's try that. Really scary deck, and I have seen people on Twitter saying that the VV deck is one of the sort of best standard decks I've ever played. I'm going to have to speed up a little bit. Quite grindy, this Roots deck. 10 minutes left. But while we're here, this series is designed just to test a few things out, see if I like the decks, if it's got legs to win in the meta. If you've got any suggestions, please do let me know. I am on the lookout. As I say, I'm not inclined to play VV, but yeah, anything else that's reasonably looks good, able, it's difficult because you can never find something that's just going to hose VV. There might be a deck out there that just has a 70% matchup against it. I think it's potentially unlikely, but something with a 60% matchup I could see being possible, but bad against the rest of the field. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions, do let me know. Right, what do we think about this? Turn 1 Fungus is good, Maelstrom Pulse is good. Yeah, I think this is okay. We've got Overlord as well. I'm going to lead on the Fungus. I suppose this is bad into Torch the Tower. Maybe I should have held this. So you just go Torch the Tower, lets them use their mana, and it exiles the Fungus. Don't know, we'll see. Okay, opt. Don't have double black currently for this Revenant. They put one on the bottom. If they go for like a talent here, I'll just exile it with Fungus. I think I might just exile that. Whenever... actually, I don't think we care about that. I'm just gonna... I don't know, going this and then buying it back next turn is good. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter, but we have Maelstrom Pulse. I think I'm just going to go for a blind flip from this. I'm just going to get Cecil, I think. Yeah, we'll attack. Not going to block. So next turn we get to go Cecil and Overlord, which is a good turn 2. We could also go Carsey Revenant. Obviously if they do something... Okay, there's VV. I think now we just have to Maelstrom Pulse the VV. Scoos. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of it. Well, are we? Because if they then Cauldron onto this and go off... No, I think I'm going to wait. I'm just going to go Scavenging Ooze past the turn. I guess this is bad into Torch the Tower as well, although they would have to sack something to stop me saving the Scoos with Scrap Shooter. That's by exiling Scrap Shooter. Three mana stock up. Sure. They have 1 mana left. If they don't use the mana, I'll probably not activate Scoos. Sleight of hand. Okay. Is this every turn they can do this? Only during your turn. Okay, so they can't do it during our turn at least. Okay. So it's tempting to Maelstrom Pulse those. think I'm now just blocking. How big is this? 3. Don't want my life total to get too low to a point where we can just be burned out. I'm gonna eat a creature, I think. Scrumptious is quite expensive. Fungus kind of does the same thing. Okay, so what are we doing here? I think we could Maelstrom Pulse these, but these have kind of already got the counters. Do you want more black? Yes. So we can go Maelstrom Pulse these, but then we can't kill this. We go Maelstrom Pulse these and then play Cecil? It's equipped 2, so that's quite expensive. We could just Maelstrom Pulse the heroes. Yeah, I think I want to do something. I think I'm just going to get rid of the creatures. Then play Cecil. Attack for 3. Cecil just acting as a removal sort of spell here. Maybe I was meant to go after Vivi, but I'm just, yeah, a little bit. Maybe the mid-range player in me just wanted to get the 2 for 1. But I'm also a little bit afraid of Cauldron on the Vivi. Okay, they're into the Floodmore, the Cecil. Let's see what they have here. Making a lot of blue mana. They could just kill us here. If they have Prof. I don't think they've drawn that many cards though. Okay, they equip that twice. Attack for 6. So what now? I think it's just... I think they're just going to try and cast enough spells next turn to just dome us. We've got 1 creature. 1, 2... I think we just go Forest, Cecil... Play Revenant, hold Scoos back to block. I think is what we want to do. Yeah, this is a lethal attacker. Need black mana. Do I attack though? We've got 2 death touches. If they have 2 removal spells, we're dead anyway. I'm going to attack. We're not winning this game by not attacking, I don't think. We just kind of need them to run out of stuff. I can gain 1 life here. We have 2 death touches. See what they want to do. No instant speed way in the deck to kill this is a little awkward. Making a lot of mana here. Fire magic, 3 damage to each creature. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. So need to be out the gates a little bit quicker. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we're meant to mulligan for roots. I think that hand was fine. Okay, let's try and play fairly swiftly. Cecil into roots. We don't actually have this. I can only add green currently. Can this hit a land? Yes. Okay. I think we'll keep it. It's a little bit of a risk because we need another land. If we hit a land off the top, it's really good. But we can go Dredger's Insight next turn at least. Okay, no such luck. So let's go land, Dredger's Insight. Really looking to hit a land. Okay, Spell Pierce is rough. Maybe I was meant to mulligan. Okay, land, Cauldron. Let's just go Scoos. Missing on the third land, a little bit rough. Stock up. Right, we'd love just a basic forest would do. Anything like that. Yep, there we go, that's good. Okay, so let's go attack here. We'll go, I kind of want to play roots around a Spell Pierce. Do I hold up? I don't think so. I think I'm just jamming and going as kind of aggro as we can here. Okay, there's Vivi. +3/+0 and haste. That's so rough. Because now they can add 3 mana. Four mana. That's crazy. But there's nothing. I don't think we wanted to do anything different. Hopefully this isn't fire magic. The same one, like the Wrath. Okay, they torch here. But they needed to bargain it to kill this. So they must have another one. Okay, now they deal 2 damage to each creature. It's pretty good. What do we do? So we could go destroy this, or we could go Cauldron, make a dude. How big is this? 3/6. Or we could go Overlord. I actually think I'm going to go Overlord. Yep. Get back. Scoos. Make a guy go. Talent. Go to 10. Okay. Not looking good for the home team here. I think, yeah, I kept a bad hand. Game 2, this one was a risk because we got our Dredger's Insight Spell Pierced. This could just be lethal. Because now, yeah, I'm just going to concede. Because I think they can go buy back. They've got enough mana now to buy back Wild Bride this, and we're just dead. Well, that was closer. But yeah, not sure there. But yeah, it's good to see, you know, it's good to jam against Vivi, because you're gonna face that in a lot of rounds of the tournament. So we'll play the 5th and final round. Okay, so the sound went on the last game, so I'm just gonna talk through it like this on replay. I've got it on 2x speed, but we can slow down and speed up as much as we want. So yeah, we were on the draw. Opponent led off on Stomping Ground Pass. Kept a decent hand, 2 lands, some ramp as well. Opponent leads on Breakout, which is the that you can look for a creature, give it haste. At the top 6, they put a FOMO into play. We don't block. Then so I'll pause it here. Got some choices. I think it's just use our mana. Yeah, use our mana there. Kill the FOMO. Adventure our guy. Develop our mana a bit more. Pass the turn. We got some heavy hitters in hand. Scoos and Overlords. So yeah, rewards for putting some mana. Overlord can allow us to make mana with Molt Tender. Opponent plays a Screaming Nemesis, so we don't really want... This thing's really hard to block. We quite like gaining life in our deck, so here, just go for Overlord, see what we hit. We hit a Curious Forager, which we take to hand, and then we can just play the Scoos out. Pass the turn. FOMO with Delirium, obviously, so Scoos is good. They play an Inti, so they're able to put a +1/+1 counter here. We exile the FOMO. The reason I did this now was to play around like a shock effect on my Scavenging Ooze. It's grow it to a 3/3 in case they hit one off Inti. They hit a Patchwork Beastie, which is an artifact creature, attacks with Delirium. So this is a Grill Delirium deck. So they Bushwhack, which is very good with Screaming Nemesis. So they kill our Scavenging Ooze and they deal us damage Screaming Nemesis, and we can't gain life for the rest of the game. So that's obviously very, very good. Here, a little bit of a misplay. I forget that I want to get my Scoos back to stop Delirium, but I forget that you need to forage. But we can't. I mill in response to the trigger, so we can mill a card and then get Scoos back. But obviously we're in pretty poor shape here. No way to kill the Inti. So we get the Scoos. I think, yeah, just play the Scoos. Only play the Elves so we can have a big turn with the Ooze next turn. And our Elves can potentially do some sort of double block. They find another Breakout. Breakout misses, which is obviously very good for us. Attack with Inti. We can try and make some blocks here. They can give stuff trample. I mean, it's weird that they give this trample because we wouldn't want to block that anyway. So we just block. Make sure we get rid of Inti. They Violent Urge, and actually that's just us dead. So we do need to remember to play around Violent Urge. Here, just bring in a load of kill spells, as many as we can do. Maelstrom Pulse. I think I'd probably bring in Carsey Revenant as well. It's just we can trim some of the foragers, some of the slower stuff. Just wanting to bring in all the removal spells. I think I should have probably brought in this Carsey Revenant. See a decent hand here. Removal spells. We're able to look for another land. Now we can play Molt Tender if we want, but rather just cash grab looking for something. Opponent actually misses a land, I believe. They play another Patchwork Beastie which can't attack. So yeah, we can just go ahead and dig for a land. We find a land here. We could have taken the Revenant, but we're able to Revenant from graveyard, so that's pretty good. We find a root, which is really, really good. So here we want to molt tender next turn with roots, so molt tender, and then I think we just go molt tender scoos, and then next turn we can go pretty nuts with roots. Obviously the opponent here has kept a one lander and it just hasn't paid off. They mill in their upkeep with the beastie boy. Opponent finds Soul Guide Lantern. This is a yeah, obviously they'll probably crack the lantern in response to the roots, but we can potentially mill a card. Actually, I think they crack it here. We could add a mana of any colour there, but yeah, I think we'd rather just mill. Then we can play the Cecil. We can block attack here because these can't block without attack or block without Delirium. And then from here, the opponent does hit Delirium. These are artifacts. They fight here, so it's a 3/3. We can eat the Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, so let's just go back a second. I think I've been a bit awkward with the editing. I stitched all these together to enable me to just commentate like this. So they bushwhack here, they kill that. We can eat the beastie in their graveyard. Scoos becomes a 3/3, and because it's a fight spell, they'll kill each other. So the opponent just concedes. You know, they kept a one lander and really got punished for it. Don't think we make any changes. Go to game 3. So here, keep a nice 6 here. We can go molt tender on 1. Opponent on a tap Stomping Ground. Stormbrood's a really good draw. The spell we really care about is Screaming Nemesis, so I want to make sure we can kill that. Here we kill the Inti. Inti is just such a card advantage engine that killing that is really good. Don't attack with molt tender because I want to mill for the potential for this roots. They play a Curator. No blocks. That can exile stuff from our graveyard. We mill over a land. We find another removal spell. So we get to have a really good turn here. Go kill the Curator. Well, we've got options. We can either cash grab or kill the Curator. The Curator is able to get rid of some stuff from our graveyard, but choose to cash grab, bring back a land because we do want more lands, and we want to keep creatures in the bin as well. We also need to be able to make sure we power up Quag Feast. I think that was my consideration actually, because this needs to be. You need to have a number of cards in your graveyard bigger than the CMC, so we needed to be able to kill the Curator there. We do get a little bit punished by Screaming Nemesis, because we now can't kill this, so it could have been that I was meant to hold on to the Quag Feast, but we get to make loads and loads of blockers and things here. Molt Tender is actually able to, with Scoos, is able to do 2 things. Yeah, it's able to, because we can add 1 mana of any colour, exiling a creature, which makes a token, and then we eat something else, which makes another token. We could have tried to block here, but we kind of want to be able to gain life. Opponent picks your poison to get rid of our insidious roots, so we'll just make some mana in response, and yeah, just make as many plants as we can. Also gain a little bit of life here from the Scoos, unless they have the Abrade, so they kill our ooze. We do gain 1 life, lose our roots, but make some plants. These do still have the, I think these still have the make 1 of any colour. Choose to attack here, and then just play the Revenant. This has Death Touch, so a little bit awkward for the opponent to attack into. Opponent only has 1 card in hand. I choose to block, get rid of the Nemesis. They do have the Overprotect, which really punishes us here. Deal us damage. But it's also awkward because we now can't gain life. But let me just return. What did we do here? So here with the Revenant, put a flying etc. counter on one of the plants, then just play the ooze. I think I possibly should have attacked here with the plant, although this can, no, because this can block. So with Death Touch, this is able to remove a creature if they attack. Choose to double block here. The opponent can't kill both unless they have a combat trick. But if they had a combat trick, they probably would have attacked with the Nemesis. Okay, Dredger's Insight would be a really good draw. Unfortunately, we can't gain life. But we mill some good stuff. Take an Overlord because it can get another creature back. And we do mill over another Kazi Revenant. Choose to go for the Overlord. Again, we hit a load of stuff. I think I take Insidious Fungus, do I? Or is it Cecil? I think it's Fungus. Because Fungus is good at blocking Screaming Nemesis. So we can block 2 to do its ability, and then we don't take any damage at all. You know, it's good to leave the Revenant in as well. Choose not to play the Fungus. Choose instead to activate Scoos in case they play some sort of Delirium spell. But we're holding our own here. Just start eating their graveyard, clearing out the Delirium as much as possible. A lot of their stuff is 2 types. Here, let's go for the cash grab. We find another Overlord, which is really nice. So we could choose to do the Death Touch counter again. But it's going to go for... We could also give the Scoos flying, which is an interesting thought. And just start attacking in. But the opponent is still at 17. Decide just to go for another Overlord. Buy back the Cecil, I think, because it's got Death Touch. Which is, again, a really good blocker for Screaming Nemesis. If we hadn't taken that hit from Screaming Nemesis, we'd be gaining a whole bunch of life here. So we can now attack with Scoos. And this is a really interesting moment in the game where it may have been a turn earlier, but what we do here is we attack with Scoos. This indicates the kind of turning point of the game where we've been under a lot of pressure, but now we need to start closing the game. And I think I maybe could have made an attack a turn earlier, but yeah, really important to not just always sit back. You know, we've got a couple of blockers. We are at 9 life. Yeah, important to offer this attack, I think. Opponent does go for the block. We can eat the beastie. They could have a combat trick. They do, but then they have to use it. Violent Urge gives it first strike, which also plays out okay for us because we don't take the damage. But remember, I think I played a little bit loose there, maybe. Should maybe have thought about them having Violent Urge, but if they choose to use it there and they haven't got Delirium, they're not using it to attack with Screaming Nemesis, so I think that's okay. Opponent plays a FOMO, discarding a land, so they do have Delirium back again. We can kill FOMO with a Fungus. It doesn't specify non-creature enchantment. See if they attack. They don't. So we can put out quite a wall of Death Touches here. Put another counter on the Revenant. So we now have 3 Death Touches, and we'll play out the Fungus for good measure. And again, choosing to attack here, it puts a flying counter on as well. FOMO, I possibly should have thought more about FOMO. They do have Delirium here. They kill our Cecil. Now here they attack with FOMO and untap it. So they're going to get another combat phase. So it's tempting to block this, and again, maybe I could have thought about this a little bit more rather than attacking here. Maybe that was a poor attack this time, but they attack here. I don't want to block this initial attack because then they can attack with their Screaming Nemesis. So, yeah, choose not to block. We take 2 damage, and then if they attack again, then we can block. Yeah, they do attack twice, and now we'll block. Yeah, so we did kind of take 2 damage unnecessarily there, but we did get 2 points in on the opponent as well. We find a Roots, which is fine, although it's fine. We don't have any way to make any tokens, though, which is a problem. So we just pass the turn. We do have the 2 Overlords ticking down. No attacks from the opponent into our Death Toucher. Don't really want to activate Fungus because, again, it's a very good answer to Nemesis, but we do find a Maelstrom Pulse. Just go ahead and kill that. I just attack with the plant here because I'm a bit afraid of a hasted thing from a breakout, although we have got the Overlord to block. But there's a Screaming Nemesis, it does have haste. But they can't really attack. If they attack here, I think I Fungus, block, activate, take no damage. So yeah, that's probably what we would have done there, and we get to draw a card as well. No real way of doing anything with Roots, unfortunately. But yeah, just see what the opponent wants to do. They've gone past combat. They've got 2 cards in hand. We've got some very good draws, and we have an attack potentially with this Overlord. So we find another Cecil, not doing much for us. Overlord, so here, you know, the opponent's at 13. An attack is pretty good. You know, it makes a token. If they block, they'll deal us 5, which is a little bit awkward because we go to 2, and then we're kind of dead to a combat trick, like a... Well, no, if they go Violent Urge for first strike, it's kind of... They still lose the Nemesis. So, yeah, I think we want to... the longer we wait, the more likely I think we are to just get kind of burned out by this Nemesis. Just checking through the graveyard to see if there's anything here we want to do. So we'll get in with both because we have this Fungus to block. We find a Stormbrood, which is really good. We're able to kill the Nemesis with that, although they're probably going to block. So yeah, they deal us 5 damage. Probably, yeah, I missed that. I missed playing the Knight here, Cecil here, but probably should have played that. But yeah, that ends up winning us the game. So I'll just find the deck list in here. It's probably quicker than me trying to find it on Modo. Go to the end of the first game. Sorry about this. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, the deck felt really good. You know, it's fun to play. I think I definitely didn't play it right, but that's what this, you know, I'm testing a load of things. So I think it's definitely a decent deck. I'd like to jam more against VV because I definitely think I didn't play that great. We end up, what, 2-3. Obviously losing to the VV deck is a little bit awkward. But you know, because you expect to see a lot of that at tournaments. But there we go. It's kind of, yeah, definitely in my sort of wheelhouse, this deck. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. I will be playing a few more decks from Standard, so if you do like that, do let me know if you've got any suggestions or what have you. But yeah, otherwise, I'll see you again soon. Cheers.